they're not releasing the body cam footage? When reporters asked them in writing, why have you not released the body cam footage? What is the procedure for releasing the body cam footage? And they said, look at our press release. Now, Glenn, if you were me and you had undertaken action that would result in the... Oh, by the way, she's pregnant. Okay, so now she's going to have this kid in 6 months without a dad.
The girlfriend.
The girlfriend, yes, who was also bloodied up. Some reports say she was shot. She was not. She was bloodied up by rough handling by the SWAT team. The point I wanted to make is I was born in the Soviet Union, as you know. One of the big comments we used to have about the Soviet Union is that in Russia, you're waiting for the knock at the door in the middle of the night, right? For the KGB to come.
Mm-hmm.
The KGB had the courtesy to knock. There is no reason in America why someone who is not an imminent threat to anyone should have SWAT teams coming into their house at 4 in the morning. At the very least, it's going to endanger the officers. And if there's other people living in the home, why don't you serve a warrant while they're there and he's not there? And if these guns shouldn't be there, sweep them out that way. This is the best case scenario for the police I'm laying out. And it still doesn't make sense what happened. It's under investigation by another county. His lawyers are claiming there's no evidence he was a prohibited person to begin with. And this is the kind of thing where I would hope more people would be upset that this is happening under our noses in this country.
So, Michael, I read the story, and the part that they did cover was that there was no indication that he was of any danger in that warrant.
Right. And the other thing that's amazing, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Glenn. They're claiming that the cops are claiming that they came in and they asked him several times to put his hand up and he reached for his gun. Are you telling me anyone on earth sees the SWAT come into your house at 4 in the morning and they identify themselves and you're like, oh, I'm just going to get my gun and take them on? They treated this kid like they treat Bin Laden. That's what they did to Bin Laden. They went to his house in the middle of the night and started shooting.
Vroom, vroom. Let me show you what this Buick does.
So, what is your thought on what happened here? Was this just bad police work? What are your thoughts?
My thought is, the idea that we have had an escalation of police force against the citizenry for a very long time in this country. The premise of no-knock raids started with the drug war, with the idea that, okay, if we knock on a raid and there's a drug dealer, he's going to flush the drugs down the toilet, and then we won't have the evidence. Fine, let's pretend that that's something that needs to be the case. You cannot destroy guns within seconds. You can't flush them down the toilet. There was no claim on any level ever that this kid was an imminent threat. And look at the other side, people like Nicholas Cruz, who was the shooter in Florida, who told the authorities repeatedly that he's going to get a gun and shoot up the school. And they said, well, a regular kid wouldn't say this, so they put him in special ed. So I think it is, we have something called the Second Amendment, and we have something called due process and reasonable search and seizure. These are all principles we're all told all the time, every day, are drilled into our heads. And the fact that there's evidence that could clear the police very easily and hasn't yet been released, to me, is extremely telling. Because if this is, again, like I said, if I had been one of these officers and now my friends are wondering if I killed an innocent young man, I would be screaming at my boss, release this footage right now. I can't have this on my conscience.
All right, now let me tell the audience something that you haven't shared yet that I think makes your ears perk up. There is a suggestion that he was part of the three percenters, which I've never heard of. Apparently, this is
Reapers out here, boy.
a militia group that is, rooting for the Civil War, etc., etc.
Yep.
And they say that he had an Instagram account. He had posted a photograph that depicts two people holding up rifles and included the term Boogaloo, which I guess militia members use, and other extremists to describe the future civil war in the U.S.
Okay, so let me break that down. The kid's 21, and what you're referring to is an internet meme. It is a joke that's when from people who are very frustrated. I'm not speaking about this group. I'm talking about the term boogaloo. There's two ways people use it. One is the real nuts who are like, we want an imminent civil war. And the others who are like, screw all this. It's not working. Let's burn it down. Bring the civil war on now.
Exactly.
Now, there's no evidence or even claim that he's meeting with other people.
Nope, we ain't meeting with nobody.
Training with them.
Nope, we ain't training.
He's in a very rich county in Maryland.
Just out here.
He's not in the woods somewhere in, and I'm not trying to insult these states, in Wyoming, where they're on a ranch and they have their own electricity. This is an Instagram post. Now, and they're trying desperately, it seems to me, to find some rationalization. Where are these other members of this group? How come they're not raiding their homes? So you're telling me that if someone has an Instagram post that uses a certain inflammatory term, it is appropriate to raid their home at 4? It's not like he said, oh, tomorrow, Boogaloo starts, I got my gun, I'm ready. There is a claim that from an Instagram post, it is appropriate to come in guns blazing on an American citizen at 4:30 in the morning, to me, does not pass the sniff test.
Nope, that ain't good.
So where are we headed, Michael?
We headed
because I see these.
That's where we headed.
I think tyrant wannabes that are these governors that are doing all kinds of really crazy things. Now they're upping the game by silencing people's voices, like with Facebook. You've got high unemployment coming our way, real economic instability. Where are we headed?
We're here. There's nothing to head. He's dead. So we are already here, and we've been here for quite a while, and been in a country where it is the law that if you are not an imminent threat and have guns in your house, instead of going through due process, instead of, there's 4 other people in that house, brothers, girlfriend, parents, instead of saying, hey, we're going to come in here and search, and we're going to do, and you come, if you knocked on that door and pointed a gun at mom's head during the day and said, we have a warrant, you're letting us in here, she'd be like, police officers, and they can execute their search perfectly. So the fact that their preference is to do it this way is something especially conservatives should be very concerned about. And I think the only way this changes is when police officers are in a position where they're facing consequences, and they're the ones who have to say, I'm not doing this. This is not, at the very least, I'm not doing this because I'm not putting myself in harm's way. There's no incentive for me to be cracking down a kid's door who's in bed with his girlfriend, who likes for liking a meme at 4:30 in the morning. Because listen, anyone who's 4:30 in the morning and people come in with guns blazing, you're not going to be thinking rationally and be like, oh, this is fine, let's just have a tea party. Your first thought is going to be, this is a home invasion, I'm going to get protection. Here's what else happened. There's other articles that point out that he had a booby trap in his house. He had a booby trap that if people went through a certain door without permission, whatever, a shotgun would go off and make a lot of noise. And while the girlfriend was laying there bleeding, she warned the officer, and Duncan was dead, she warned the officers, hey, there's a booby trap, I don't want you to get hurt, and they disarmed it.
All right. Well, why did he have the booby? I mean,
come on, Ross,
what was behind the door of the booby trap?
It was just the kind of thing like we have burglar alarms. It's the same thing. It's not like you step in as a bear trap. It's if someone breaks down this door, they're going to have a huge explosion, like an explosion, not the bomb, but like whatever the thing to scare off a home invader. He's got a girlfriend who's pregnant with him.
Oh yeah, we going right.
And you know what? It's kind of ironic. It's like, why do you have a booby trap? It's like, because the guy was scared of home invasion correctly, because that ended up killing him.
Right. Yeah, okay. I guess you
Why would someone be afraid that people come in the middle of the night and murder him? That's crazy. That would never happen.
I know. I got it. Michael, thank you so much.
You're laughing, but some of the newspapers are making this case like, what a loon. It's like, but he was right. This is what happened. You're the loon.
Right. I'm concerned beyond this particular case.
Yes.
That we're a powder keg, and people are just throwing gasoline all over it. And when I say people, I mean these states and the governors and the police officers and the people who are, I have a story, where was it? A story about how all of these Chinese drones are now being purchased by these law enforcement agencies, local law enforcement all over the country. We're not a drone country, and I think we're just crossing all kinds of lines and using this pandemic as an excuse to do it. Michael Malice from michaelmalice.com. Thank you for being on with us. More in just a second.
You're listening to Glenn Beck.
American Financing, NMLS 182334, www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
Okay, if your mortgage rate is 4% or higher, you are overpaying on your mortgage. Rates have dropped immensely, and now is the time for you to take the opportunity to get yourself into a better place financially by refinancing. Do it now. I know this sounds like a hassle, but it's really not. All financial decisions right now might seem scary or, avoidable until the world starts turning again, but it's not. Now is the time to act. Please call them now. Here's what you need to do. Call the mortgage consultants at American Financing. Give them 10 minutes of your time. I'm not talking about high pressure. There's no hidden fees. They're not going to, charge you anything. It's just talking to them, telling what your goal is, what you're paying on your interest rates, your credit cards, your house, and your mortgage. They'll get you the best interest rates out there. You could save a lot of money. Do it now. AmericanFinancing.net. AmericanFinancing.net. 800-900-2440.
Go to blazetv.com/Glenn. Use the promo code Glenn and get $30 off. It's the biggest savings we've ever offered.
iHeartRadio wants to help with a chance at $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword HOME to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's HOME to 200-200.
Sleeping with CPAP can mean waking and hearing, "Hun, there's a ring around your face." Or, "Dad, what's up with your face?" If you stopped wearing CPAP because of marks and rashes, now there's Inspire. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. If you're struggling with CPAP, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you. Review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
If you're in debt to the IRS, there's good news. Optima Tax Relief can help you resolve your tax debt right from the safety of your...
This mother trucker.
Optima's A+ rated with the Better Business...
Move, bitch! This motherfucker. Up on me all like that in a big old blacked out truck. Homie, you better fall back. Yeah, thank you, bro. You rolling up on me like that?
stop to play, including blackjack, roulette, and baccarat. You'll also love our huge selection of real money slots with online exclusives and your favorites from the casino. Log on to BetRivers.com or sign up today, and we'll match your first deposit up to $250. Start earning rewards today at BetRivers.com. Must be 21 or older to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Online casino presented by Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Penn Medicine Lancaster General Health is fully committed to caring for patients who may be infected with COVID-19. If you have flu and cold symptoms, like fever, cough, and shortness of breath, you may connect with a Penn Medicine provider using Penn Medicine On Demand for a virtual evaluation. Lancaster General Health is here in the place you call home, on demand, because keeping you healthy, especially during times of crisis, is our calling. Visit lghealth.org/on-demand to schedule.
What's up, brother?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. My hands. Fuck. Oh, you hear them engines? Let's get revved up. Let's go, motherfuckers. I'm gonna be out here on some tyrannical shit. Let's fucking go. Trigger finger ready. Oh, them boys is pulling up. What you know about that? Nothing. Not a goddamn. Oh, them boys is masked up. show you what the fuck I'm talking about. Bye-bye.